Hello everybody, welcome to another stream, and in this stream, I'm going to be continuing more of Sonic Crossworlds, but this time, it is part 7, and I'm also on top of that, you know, this stream is probably going to be longer than the previous stream, and so, yeah, now let's watch this stream. I'll type in test, make sure that the chat works here, we're going from there, folks, and hopefully it doesn't do the ads video game fan 96 whatever thing again. No, it's still doing it. So I'm gonna assume it was an update on YouTube that I don't know about. But yeah, so the previous stream was a rather short one because it was like 9 or if not that close to 9 o'clock or whatever p.m. Central Time, and I didn't want to risk anything. So now, today, I should be able to stream longer for that, and the stream is probably going to last up to around 2 hours or so. We'll see. I can't make any promises. And so, yeah, I just didn't bother responding to it. But with that being said, let's go on ahead. Let's start Race Park this time around. I'm not going to play as Joker, but I'm going to see what team I'm going against next. Okay, it's the Team Chaotix this time around, and so that will be the reward, will be that vehicle. So because we're going against the Team Chaotix, I guess, no I don't. So with that being said, let's create something. Let's create a machine for Knuckles. So let's create something for the extreme gear for Knuckles. If I can find something. Yeah. So it looks like as well. I guess you are kind of limited as well on the amount of extreme gears you can make. I think that's kind of stupid, but I guess I'll get rid of that one to compensate for it. Then again, that does look like a bit too similar to. I think that might look a bit too similar. Well, I guess it still fits in for Knuckles, I guess. So we're gonna go on to Race Park. Well, I think it's good. I would highly recommend it. It's a good game, to say the least. You know, it's definitely my game of the year. At least that's what I think, anyway. I think it's good. I think it's a good game all around. So, like before, we're gonna be doing quick matches. In which case, we're going to be doing Sonic Speed, in which case we also got to try our best to make sure we win 3 times. We want to get the vehicle. So, alright, so I think last time I did Aqua Forest. So I guess you'll do Chronos Island from Sonic Frontiers. So, hello to Sonic Frontiers Fan 3, aka Richard Luke, aka Video Game Fan 5. So hope you enjoy the stream as well. And yeah, basically, to those who don't know, I did manage to do all the Grand Prix, with the exception of the crossover Grand Prix, because they already did those. So unfortunately, I can't. No, it's not that unfortunately I can't play on them, but it's more so I already did them, so I don't feel like doing them right now. Yeah, it does kind of suck at this game. Well, I mean, yeah, I literally just said it is in Sonic Frontiers. I literally just said that. Not that I'm mad, I'm just saying I literally just said that not long ago. And so, yeah, this game, it's a good game. One of the things that kind of sucks is that this game does not have a story mode. But other than that, another critique I have of the game is the item balancing. Item balancing is terrible. And basically, I would have thought too, my voice would have been just fine because of all the times I heard my voice and all that. Of all the times I heard my voice, I was able to hear it just fine. So, and granted, I could technically lower it down more. Technically, I could do that, but at the same time, I don't want to lower it too much to the point where my voice overshadows the music, you know. I mean, granted, I'd rather have that than you know, not being hearing my voice at all. But that's just what I think personally. Well, yeah, so yeah, there you go. And I gotta really try to win here because yeah, these computer players are not fooling around too. Like I said, item balancing in this game is not very good. Because a lot of the items basically target the first place player, and basically it's kind of hard to you know, actually win. Yeah, because of the bullshit, I have to retry. Because of that. Because in order to win, you have to make sure that you beat all the rivals of the team, and that's another critique. But yeah, I mean, it is nice to hear that it took you a bit of a while to get a good balance of game volume in your voice when you do gameplay. So, but yeah, that's another thing. It's not the issue that you have to beat all the rivals. That's not the issue. Yeah, that is not the issue. Also, hi, but yeah, hi, that pretty rad, welcome to the stream. But that's another critique I have with the game. Another critique is on Race Park. Yeah, it's not very fair that it's 3 against 1. If anything, I would have designed it where basically, so you have, you go against the 3 of your rivals. But to compensate, you also have 3 teammates, or in this case 2 teammates, in this case technically speaking, you know, teaming up with you, and basically they are all randomized too. That's what I would have done if I was a game designer. Well, don't feel bad, DBZonic #1. Don't feel bad because despite my subscriber count, you know, my channel is rather small despite my subscriber count. So don't feel bad, you know. You're not the only one who has issues with stuff like that. So don't feel bad, you know. You're not the only one who has that issue. And I especially do like using these steam gears over, you know, over the cars. And the reason being is because it takes me back to the days. Of Sonic Riders. You know, I don't care what people says about the Sonic Riders. I don't care. I love Sonic Riders. The only Sonic Riders game that is actually terrible is Sonic Riders. That's the only one that is bad. You know, other than that, the other Sonic Riders games are fantastic. You know, like even Zero Gravity, and Zero Gravity is a downgrade over the original Sonic Riders, and I still think Zero Gravity is still a good game. But yeah, just the original Sonic Riders I think is very fun. Well, I will try, but I can't make any promises. And it's all the more reason why I kind of wish that Google never removed Google Hangouts. And I don't know why they thought it was a good idea. So yeah, Zero Gravity is a good game, you know, I think it's good. But, you know, yeah, sure, the game could have been better in some instances. But overall, I think Sonic Riders Zero Gravity is a good game. And, you know, I mean, yeah, it's not a must-play like the original Riders is. But, you know, I still think Zero Gravity is still a fantastic game in its own right. And I honestly think it deserves, and I honestly think, you know, yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You know, right there. This is why, like I said, the item balancing is terrible. It's terrible. Because again, you have stuff like that where you have items where you know, and it's just terrible. It's terrible. And to be fair, I do have the computer players that do a higher difficulty, early right here. So I can't really be one to be bitching about difficulty. So yeah, really I can't be bitching about it. But at the same time, it's still bad game design. You know, it's still terrible. It's still terrible. Because again, to make things more fair for the players, they should have had this thing to where again, you have like two randomized computer players to team up with you, and then of course you go against the other rivals that the game chose, and it's just that simple. Well, last I checked, Google Hangouts got replaced by Google Chat. And I don't know if you can still chat on Google Chats anymore, but I do know you can check your chat history on there. So you know, and so like so if I get any comments from random people, you know, like, oh, if you get bad 96, yeah, skill issue. Okay, yeah, I agree, it is a skill issue. But at the same time, of course I'm gonna say some stuff that is not game design, like what's happening here. You know, again, the item balancing, while yes, the items are really fun to use for sure, don't get me wrong. But you have issues. You have issues where basically a lot of the items target the first place player. You know, and you know, and it's just terrible. And I agree, yes, yeah, not many people use it anymore, I agree. But, you know, since Google Chat, I think I did check it out, you know, just to check my chat history, but it is still kind of a shame either way that, again, it just doesn't exist anymore. Or no, Google Hangouts doesn't exist anymore. Like, I mean, that's just what I personally think, of the design choices they could have done better on. They could have, like I said, had it to where, make things more fair for the players. Instead of it being 3 against 1, they should have this thing. That's nice to know that you downloaded it. And Hangouts was fun, to say the least. But yeah, you know, I'm just saying, because, you know, if I was a game designer, though, yeah, I would have done the thing for it, like I said. I don't mean to sound like a broken record here, like I said. I would have designed it to where basically, I would have designed it to where, you have 2 randomized teammates that will team up with you on the race. But then again, I can slightly see why they didn't do that, because of Team Sonic Racing. I kind of see why. it's not designed. I can kind of see why, because Team Sonic Racing, and how many people did not like Team Sonic Racing, myself included. But at the same time, they still could have done things a little bit better for gun balancing and all that, as well as the race park stuff. The reason why I'm doing this is because I kind of want to show off to see what kind of new vehicles I get along the way. Well, I do hope you do get Crossworlds. You know, I would highly recommend it. It is definitely my game of the year so far. I love this game. But yeah, there we go. So I won one time, but it still doesn't matter because I still need to win 2 more times on various tracks if I want to get the vehicle. Oh, yeah, okay. So those who are curious, as to what that was basically an update for Persona 3 Reload. And the reason being is because the update released alongside the Nintendo Switch 2 version of Persona 3 Reload. Basically, what the update is they added in some additional songs from various Persona games. So those who are curious as to what that was, that's what it was. But anyways, with that being said, let's do, okay, so it's a quick match, I guess we'll do. Yeah, I did, and, I did play it and beat it, but I think sometime after I finished my, current playthrough, even though I kind of stopped playing it a few months ago, like several months ago, but if I ever, do, finish my current replaythrough that I'm having on the game right now, I'll consider a stream of the game for you guys, because I actually prefer the Resident Evil 4 remake over the original. Yes, I love it that much. Yeah, sure. I do have some skill issues with the game, like for example, some of the puzzles that are involved, and especially especially the Salazar boss fight. I found that one to be kind of bullshit, but yeah, I'd be happy to show off the Resident Evil 4 remake. I'd be happy to show it off. It's just a matter of when, because like I said, I was playing it several months back, and then I just stopped playing it for some reason. But I am definitely gonna be for sure wanna show it off my channel. I just can't guarantee it. So I guess you'll go to Metal Harbor, you know, from Sonic Adventure 2. So I'm surprised that the remake somehow actually managed. Well, just because I say that I think it's better than the original, doesn't mean everybody else shares that same opinion. I think I have seen some people out there that says that they prefer the original over the remake, and that's just a matter of personal taste and preferences. Everyone has their own preferences of what they like. But for me personally, I thought the remake was way better than the original, and Resident Evil 4 Remake, that game was my game of the year in 2023 when that game released. And then for Persona 3 Reload, that became my game of the year in 2024. So, watch it. And as for Sonic Adventure 2, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this. You know, a lot of people were upset with the knife not. Well, that's true, but you can repair it. You'll try one before with the electric. But yeah, but basically you can repair the knife with the help of the merchant. It just requires a certain amount of money to do it. yeah, what can I say? I just love the movie. You know, you're gonna say the movie didn't like that change. But yeah, I understand that. I understand that, but it's just for the people, who didn't like that change. Well, like I said, they have nothing to worry about because again, they can repair the knife with the help of the merchant, like I said. So really, it's all fine and dandy. So for the people that were worried about it, or that didn't like that change, well, like I said, that's just a matter of personal taste. You know, like I said, everyone has their own different opinions and preferences, what they prefer. Like for me, for instance, I prefer the remake over the original by far. Like seriously, I love it so much, and it's just one of those games. You know, so it's just one of those games that you just gotta play. You know, I mean, I would highly recommend the remake. It's a good game. I mean, yeah, there's some design choices I don't really like, but overall, I thought it was a fantastic remake, and it is definitely one of those games I would highly recommend that people go around checking out. It's a good game all around, and I just love it. Let's go. Oh wow, I didn't think oh yeah, okay, it looks like a skirmisher, which I'm gonna, as a trophy, so I'm gonna assume that was collected by getting a certain amount of, doing a certain amount of skirmishers. Personally, you love the look, it's graphically amazing, the voice acting is on point, and the exact stuff they added is just great, which I again, I agree, it's good, and believe me, when I played the demo, when I seen like gameplay of it, like way back one of the days, I was just blown away, and I was blown even more away when I played the demo. And so to those who wants to see my demo blind reaction of the demo, yeah, to those who want to see it, then yeah, I do have my the Resident Evil 4 Remake Chainsaw demo, first impressions on my channel. So to those who want to check that out, then hey, feel free to check it out. And you know if it's different, you don't know if it's because it's a different voice actor or something. Merchant sounds, well, yeah, it's a different voice actor. It is. But they actually made the merchant more talkative than he was in the original, and I have no complaints about that. Because his voice lines are all varied. Unlike, so it's completely random what he talks about, and that's cool. Because unlike how in the original, where unlike how it was in the original. Where it's basically the same voice lines every time, which got a little repetitive at times. Which, yeah, that does explain a lot, but like, because in the original, where it was like, where basically it was like the same lines, but what are you selling? What are you buying? Thank you, say come back anytime, stuff like that. But I do like his come back anytime line, but, no. I don't want to do that. I pressed the wrong button. But yeah, that's just what I personally think. And like I said from before, it is a completely different voice actor. Like I said, I do know in the original Resident Evil 4, the original one, both Leon and the merchant were voiced by the same person in the original, but the remake is different, so. But you got some, yeah, thanks, Sony, stranger. But all kidding aside, yeah, well, anyway, yeah. Let's go to Ocean View, because I love the music of the final lap, so I guess I'll do that. kind of a shame that you can't race in the Crossworlds, you know, separately with the opponents. Well, you know, just the Crossworlds themselves. The only time you can race against the Crossworlds just themselves is by doing time trials. And I would love to participate in the Joker Festival. Unfortunately, I think that requires online, specifically the online mode, because I didn't see myself getting any points, so I think that requires me to go. Yeah, the thing of it is, I don't have PSN Plus, so that's another issue in itself. Although I have been kind of, well, thinking about other various YouTubers and stuff. Specifically a Clement, or in this case, a Great Clement. Kind of been thinking about him, but you know, the reason why I'm saying that is because where it is Let's Play, especially you know, his Let's Plays where you call Knuckles an idiot, so I'll be like, yeah, Knuckles is fun to play as, even if he's just an idiot, and then he would play like the Sonic X Knuckles saying "shut up" clip. It'd be like, yeah, even if Knuckles is a bit of an idiot, and then shut up. You know, you know, I don't know. I think that Clement's Let's Plays are also pretty good. So I would recommend checking him out, especially on his Let's Plays. Just keep in mind, though, guys, that Clement no longer does Let's Plays anymore. He left Let's Plays after his Steambot Chronicles Let's Play. Kind of a shame, but I don't exactly blame him for quitting. But nonetheless, at least for Let's Plays wise, he still does scripted videos. So you know, I just think that's a nice little thing. Alright, so what is the name of this vehicle? The Night Tank. Yeah, just to get that message out of there. And I guess, let's, there we go, the challenges, and then the title. Okay. Let's go to Race Park. And, I guess I'll, pick Joker, but I'm not saying that I will play as him. I just wanna, check to see what rival. Okay, it's Team Eggman, where basically it looks like here, it's, yeah, Sage, Eggman, Metal, Sonic, and the Egg Pawn. So basically that means it's four rivals. Yeah, that's not very fair either. Holy shit, that's not fair at all. I mean, yeah, like, and the problem is, even if I wanted to cheese it, I can't. And the reason I'm saying that is because you can play Super Sonic, in the Grand Prix mode. But unfortunately, yeah, it doesn't work that way because here you can't play as Supersonic. But this time around, I will play as Joker. But this time, I will use the custom extreme gear. You know, for Joker that I made for him. So. All right, let's do something nice and simple, and do E-Stadium. Let's do that as something simple. But yeah, again, 4 rivals. Yeah, that is not very fair at all. I mean, granted, if I want to, I could just make that difficulty level go to like level 1 or something, but like still. The DLC characters are not voiced. But it is what it is. Except for Hatsune Miku, but other than that, that's
Random track.
Oh, my fault. That was my fault. Okay, that should have hit the green punch and glove thing, but whatever. Gosh dang it, gosh dang it. The PS4 chat, it glitched out again. I have no idea who that is, so just whatever. Again, I have no idea who that is. I guess just for the sake of it, I guess we all listen to Joker's victory music, just for the sake of it. I can't help it. Again, I'm sorry, I could not help it. Let's do Sand Road this time around. Although it does make sense though for Eggman's team though, especially Sage, considering that Sage is basically the daughter of Eggman. You know, so it does make sense when you think about it. So to those that have not played Sonic Frontiers, I would recommend it. But for those who doesn't like a short length, go for a price drop. I don't know. I still thought the game was really good though. I love Sonic Frontiers, and I'll go as far as to say it's my second favorite Sonic game. No, sorry, third favorite. Sorry, I meant to say third favorite, but yeah, but no, seriously, it is my third favorite Sonic game. Well, yeah, what can I say? I love Sonic Frontiers. I thought it was good. Definitely a step in the right direction compared to Sonic Force. I know that's not a high bar to make, but that's just what I personally think anyway. I don't know how that works, but okay. I'm not complaining though, because Green Mountain is a nice area. I'm not complaining here. Okay, I'm surprised that bomb did not hit me. That made no sense. Well, even if it would have gone in second place, that wouldn't have mattered. Same with the third place, because Metal Sonic got in fourth, so it wouldn't have mattered. Let's go to Apotos from Sonic Unleashed. Yeah, and I will say, the amount of Sonic Unleashed love they're getting, considering, you know, yeah, all that Sonic Unleashed love they're getting, yeah, no complaints here, though, because Sonic Unleashed is my all-time favorite Sonic game, so... Although it's kind of bizarre too to have like some kind of dark sky related thing in one of these areas. Astonishingly. I can understand why they didn't do that, but it kind of is opportunity. But at least you got the Dark Phoenix or the Dark Giant Phoenix or whatever it is. I think it's Dragon relevant. So either way, it still checks out.
Random track.
Oh wow. So the only way I could have dodged that was, was the boost and the shield, as well as the whirlpool thing, I think. But other than that, I wouldn't have been able to dodge that. We got the Moto Beetle. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. We'll see if we can play. We'll see on. Okay, Team Silver, or either that or Team Blaze. But we'll see. But we'll see. But yeah. Anyways, let's do a quick match and. Let's do Market Street this time around. Yes, I still find it so funny. Because it's not that funny, but Hatsune Miku is the only DLC character where she is voiced. Yeah, it is Team Silver. Okay, kind of like that animation. Where it's like, oh, get the camera on my face. I kind of like the animation. I'm pretty sure they use the same animations as their regular character models are. I'm pretty sure. I do like the little hops he does too, though, when you boo. But I do like Hatsune Miku, though. I wouldn't really say I'm like the biggest fan of her or anything, but what I played of Hatsune Miku, basically what I played, of her games, they're fun. They're fun rhythm games. They are really fun rhythm games. Yeah, what I played of them, you know, they're fun. They're fun, rhythm games like I said. They're fun. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't go as far as saying like the biggest fan of Hatsune Miku or anything, but again, I think they're fun games. I was very curious. The first Hatsune Miku game I played was Hatsune Miku Future Tones, specifically the PS4 version, where basically that one does start out as free, but then you have to like buy the songs or whatever separately. Which call me an idiot, but I did buy some of the songs separately. I did do that. I did do it, but and I also do have a Hatsune Miku Project Diva X, which actually does have a proper story mode. Because that one I barely played, but you know, but yeah, like I said, I played about they're fun games. Like I said, they're fun. It's just, you know, like I said, I mean, like I'm trying to say here, I wouldn't go as far as saying like the biggest fan of Hatsune Miku or anything. But again, they're fun. Okay, so yeah, sure, got in second place, but it doesn't matter because I still managed to be silver in Blaze for that race, so that didn't really matter. Oh, okay, that's what they're called, the team dimensions. Okay, okay, clearly wasn't paying attention. Okay, clearly wasn't paying attention. My bad. Then again, I don't know why I got it confused when I think I got Team Rose right, but anywho, let's do Blizzard Valley, which kind of reminds me of Blizzard Peaks from Sonic Rush Adventure in a way. Yeah, I don't know why they keep on always saying that. Oh, but it gets all team members. Like, yeah, no shit, I know that. It's like you got shitty, right? I know that. What do you think I've been doing the whole time, Gabe? Yeah, it's like come on, Gabe. I don't need my handheld like constantly throughout the whole game. I don't need it. I don't need my handheld the whole game. Okay, that was my bad. I didn't realize we were flying for a sec. And that's why I was confused. I'm like, wait, well, what are we doing now? Oh yeah, that was kind of bull crap. But then again, considering, yeah, like, I mean, I'm not blaming the game necessarily, but at the same time, that was kind of bull crap because, like, I probably could have won that, but no, apparently I couldn't do that. Apparently, like, I mean, I'm not complaining, although technically I kind of am, but I'm not really complaining, but yeah, see, but with this team right here. It's actually a little bit more fair because it's actually 2 against 1, so it's slightly more fair. Not by much, but it's at least a little bit more fair to handle than compared to 4 against 1 or 3 against 1 or any of that shit. May as well just do this thing to where it's like everybody against 1. We're basically having to at that point, may as well have it design the game like that, you know? Where basically where everybody is against you. But at that point, may as well design the game that way, considering everything else. Then again, actually, maybe that isn't the game. Highly doubt it. But imagine like pretty much every single character, besides DLC characters, obviously. You know, you go against the that would be too chaotic, and that would not be fair. Nor would it be fun either. That'd be pretty stupid. So I'm actually kind of glad that as of right now, that kind of thing is not happening. You know, but I'm just saying, if that were to happen, that would be terrible game design. Yeah, that would be bad. Terrible game design if that were to happen. Because, you know, like, again, like, imagine, like, you know, and so, yeah, anyway. With that being said, hello, Bloodred17, welcome to the stream, hope you enjoyed as well, and, I guess I'll just see on how this stream turns out because, like I said, I do want to make this stream a bit. I mean, obviously it's longer now, but I basically want to make the stream longer than the previous stream because the previous stream was really short and probably the shortest stream I've done on Sonic Racing Crossworlds, but anyway, yeah. Yeah, honestly, King Boom, for those who do not know, is basically, he's basically the blue shell of the game, but at the rate these items are going, at that point, every item may as well be blue shells because all the stuff that they throw at you. Not that I'm complaining, I'm just saying. I like how Zez is in the minecart, basically, from Minecraft. Okay, I think that's a little funny. Alright, so to beat Team Dimensions, for what track would I like? Besides Besides Minecraft. Like, seriously. Minecraft is so dumb, in my opinion. It's so stupid. A radical highway. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying people shouldn't enjoy Minecraft. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is I don't really care for Minecraft. I mean, I can see the appeal. Don't get me wrong. I can definitely see why people like it so much. You know, I can see why people love it so much. I can understand why. Because, you know, you can be creative, and, you know, I can understand, but, you know, just never been my cup of tea, never really cared for it. Same about the Fortnite, too, same thing. Matter of with Fortnite, I think I gave Fortnite, like, maybe, like one, like, I tried it on both PS4 and Switch, and never really cared. I genuinely tried, to get into that stuff. I genuinely tried. But, you know, just that stuff has never been for me. And that's why, I won't lie. When Steam was first revealed, I was slightly salty. I mean, it's not salty enough to the point where it wasn't like a full-on tantrum or anything like that. It wasn't actually a matter of, it wasn't really a tantrum at all. You know, I was just slightly salty, like I said. It was only slightly salty. I'm like, oh man, that sucks. We got Steven smashed. I'm salty. But then I got over it. Like really quickly. Matter of fact, I got over it. I got over on the same day. So, and it was like, and I got over it really quickly too. So, like I said, I didn't throw a tantrum or anything like that, I wasn't even I wasn't even all that mad. If anything, I was just more like, oh man, well that sucks. We got Steven smashed, that sucks. But you know, that's basically, from what I remember, that was one of my reactions to that. But you know, like that's just me though. I understand why a lot of people are into that stuff, but like I said, it's just never been my cup of tea, never really got into it, you know. That's just me, I never really got into it, but everyone has their own opinion of what they like, what they don't like. Everybody has their own different opinion. What they like, what they don't like, and all that good stuff. And also, why did I do that? But, like I said, it's just everyone has their own different opinions. Everybody is built different. And I'm not expecting everybody to agree with my opinion, you know. I'm not expecting that. Oh wow. I don't know how I got in first place there, or really so far, but we'll see. Acceleration ace? Like, what does that mean? Does that mean I like did a certain amount of races? I'll have to check my trophy list later. The Cyber Spear. Oh, that actually fits in pretty well with Silver, actually. Considering how Silver is. It's actually perfect, actually. And I'm not even saying that sarcastically. I actually mean that. Oh, okay, that's how I got it. I collected all acceleration type parts. Okay, that's how I got it. Okay. I'm not gonna play as Steve. I'm not going to, but I'm just choosing a random character just to see what rivals are next. Okay, the Team Deadly Six. Okay, that makes sense. Kind of expecting to go against you know, Jet, Wave, and Storm. I mean, kind of expecting to basically go against the team. Yeah. The Team Babylon Rogues. No, that's the other thing. They say it's the Team Deadly 6, but it's more like the Team Deadly 2. And honestly, at this point, I'm convinced that they were originally going to have all of the Deadly 6 being playable. I'm having a feeling that they actually were originally going to have all of them being playable at one point, but then they figured, but then they saw how unfair it is for 6 against 1, and then they thought, oh, screw it, we're just gonna have Zaz and Zavok being playable, because we got Zaz, because you had Zaz, Zavok, and I can kind of imagine them doing Xena, Zor, Zonam, you know, all them. But like I'm trying to say, I'm having a feeling that they were originally gonna have them all as playable, but then they just stopped after.
Yeah, let's race.
But I guess in the meantime, we'll do more extreme gear this time around. Yeah, more extreme gear. What can I say? I love the extreme gear. I actually prefer it over the cars, like I said. Okay. So let's do, let's do Water Palace this time around. I don't know. I'm just having a feeling that's what they were going for originally, where they wanted to have all the Deadly Six being playable. You know, Xena, all them. But then they saw like during playtesting, they saw how unfair it is to go against 6 rivals, and so they thought, oh no, just put Zavok and Zaz in to make it more fair. Just put them in there, just make it more fair. I'm sorry for sounding like a broken record, but I'm just having a feeling that's what happened when this game was in development. And if that is what happened, during development, then I don't blame them for designing the game that way, because
You're too slow.
because if that was the case, I wouldn't really blame them for designing the game for doing that, because again, 6 against 1, definitely not very fair. But then again, we already had 4 against 1 earlier. So what do I know?
Random track.
And Holoska, I love Holoska. But yeah, so this is the closest we're gonna get to a two-induced Sonic Riders game. This is the closest we're gonna get to it. And for the record, I love the Sonic Riders series. For the record, I love Sonic Riders, especially the first game. Zero Gravity, not so much. But it was still a good game. You know, still good. But this Sonic Riders pretty much killed it with the next thing. But even then, even if you could use a controller, which thankfully you can, via Connect patch, but I'm not going to tell you how or where to get it. You got your own for that one. But yeah, even if you use a controller, it would still be my least favorite of all the Sonic Riders games. It would still be my least favorite of all of them because one, in terms of gameplay wise, it's just not as fun as compared to the other Sonic Riders games. One, the first one. And two, another reason why I'm saying these things is because you know, the cutscenes are not animated. It's basically a PowerPoint presentation, but with voice acting, and well, yeah, that's basically what it is, and that's what makes it, those are my reasons as to why Sonic Free Riders. That is basically why, yeah, even if you could use a controller, which again can be a connected patch, but I'm not going to tell you how or where to get it.
Woo, number one.
But you know, but yeah, that's why it's a massive shame that Sonic Free Riders basically killed the series, because I love Sonic Riders. I love it, and it's actually my favorite of the Sonic Riders. It's basically my favorite of all the racing Sonic related games. Well, unless you want to, assuming you don't count this game. If you don't count this game, then yeah. But this is still one of my favorite Sonic racing games for sure. Probably my second favorite of the Sonic racing games. But Sonic Riders, I love it, and that's why it's a massive shame that again Sonic Free Riders killed the series. So let's just do Colorful Mall. Why not? Not to be confused with Coconut Mall from Mario Kart, but yeah. But yeah, to those who wants to give the Sonic Riders games a chance, go for the original Riders and Zero Gravity, but Free Riders, no. Stay away from that unless you want to play the Connect patch that I'm not going to tell you how or where to get. But yeah, but otherwise, stay away from Free Riders. I would highly recommend to stay away from it either way, because it's still one of those things. But yeah, the original Sonic Riders, I love it so much. I mean, yeah, sure, they could have done a little bit better in terms of explaining the mechanics of the game and whatnot, but once you get the hang of it, once you get the hang of the controls and how the game works, yeah, once you get the controls down and how the controls work, the game is very, very fun to play, and you know, I recommend it, it's a good game. I mean, not everybody is going to agree with me, of course. You know, people will say, but Sonic Riders, yeah, you gotta, basically with video games, especially on racing games, they have to be a pick up and play, which, you know, I agree, but you know, hey, I would still recommend to give Sonic Riders one shot, you know, because again, once you get the hang of the controls, the mechanics, also how'd you miss me there? That was a big bomb, and he somehow still missed me. I don't know how that works, but okay. Not that it really matters, because I'm slowing down a lot anyway. But like I said, this is the closest we're gonna get to a Sonic Riders game, and in a sense, I kind of hope that maybe like say till 27 or something, maybe we can get a brand new Sonic Riders game, but with online support. Or if they're not going to do that, maybe they could give us the original Sonic Riders 1 and Zero Gravity, ports, but with online play. You know, that and I mean proper online play. The Zero Gravity technically had online. It technically did, but it was bare bones. Basically, all it was on Zero Gravity was of that. All it was that you basically were able to download Ghost on there. You were able to download Ghost, and that basically allowed you to race against that Ghost. And you know, it just wasn't all that great, you know, of an online mode. You know, it wasn't great. Yeah, I'm not winning this, unfortunately, so I have to race against them again. But hey, at least two against one is still slightly more fair than the 3 against 1 and 4 against 1 and all that, so. So I'll gladly take this any day of the week. And granted, you could argue you could just lower the difficulty down, like I did on the supersonic speed difficulty as well as the mirror difficulty, but I don't know. That's just me. But what can I say? It's Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I can definitely, yeah. Basically, according to what I also heard too, Sonic Racing Crossworlds was able to sell up to 1 million copies as well. Well, at least in terms of physical wise, I don't know about digital wise, but yeah, but I think a 1 million copies in like close to a full-on month of the game's date. I still think that it's still pretty good, especially for a racing game, may I add. I mean, obviously, it's not going to sell as well as Mario Kart World, obviously, especially considering the bundle. And then let's face it, as much as I love Sonic and that I actually like it more than like Sonic what they do with Mario, even I have to admit that Mario is obviously going to sell more than Sonic because Mario's just that popular,
Random track.
And that's just me stating the facts. That's just me stating the facts because it's true. Mario is more popular than Sonic, and and that's just the fact. I don't mean to like shit on Sonic fans being like, oh yeah, see, I told you that Mario's better than Sonic. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying the fact that and Mario is obviously going to sell more than Sonic. That is pretty obvious, And that's it's just very simple. But even with that being said, though, Sonic Racing Crossworlds, I actually prefer it more than I do with Mario Kart World, and I am not joking around here. I actually do like Sonic Racing Crossworlds more than I do with Mario Kart World, and I am not kidding. And like, even if I take my Sonic bias aside, I still like this game more than I do with Mario Kart World, because I just think it's more fun to play. I think it's very fun, and overall, it's a good game all around, and it's recommended. It's a good game all around and one of those things, Okay, I don't know how in the heck I managed to win that. Ugh. I mean, GG's to the CPUs, but damn. Alright, let's go back to the race park. Anyway. Alright, let's do a quick match. And, I would say Mystic Jungle, but I'm terrible at the portion where you're, like, on the water, so I guess you'll do Crystal Mine instead. Well, then again, so I say about the water thing, cause yet, Mystic Jungle, I think it is, in this game, I do like the track, especially the final lap music, on there, but. But yeah, Sonic has had his ups and downs for sure. And, you know that is yeah, you know that is something any Sonic fan shouldn't deny. You know, Sonic has had his ups and downs over the years. But, you know, all around, I'm still a Sonic fan. And like I said, I think I said in the previous stream, I'm gonna say anyways that if it wasn't for me enjoying Sonic Frontiers as I did, then I would have stopped being a Sonic fan. You know, I would have been done. Like I would have been done with the Sonic franchise, and basically, you know, I'm just saying I would have been done. You know, but thankfully I ended up liking Sonic Frontiers, and in fact, my third favorite Sonic game, right there with Sonic Generations. Sorry, Sonic Generations. That's my second favorite Sonic game, and Sonic is my all-time favorite. I don't mean to sound like I'm complaining, and I'm not just somewhat complaining, but it's just, you know, I can't help it, you know. When you're a big fan of something, and you notice, and you get like quite a bit of certain games like that, and you know, I don't know, you just can't help. But wants the thing to improve, but when it doesn't improve, that's when you just can't help but feel bad, and you know, you can't help but think this turns out terrible, then hey, I'm gonna be done, you know, it's just one of those things, you know, because like I'm trying to say here, that was basically my thought process when I was going on Sonic Frontiers. Why? Yeah, that was my thought process. And you know, I'm not trying to turn down Sonic fans or anything like that. Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. Okay, I mean, maybe not the smartest idea I did, but hey, at least I think I tried.
Shoot. Good, nice. Good.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make it anyways, but
Finish.
yeah, see, I wouldn't have made it because even though I did hit Zavok there, I still did not win because he still managed to pass the finish line. So I had to redo it again. Thankfully, when you press play again, you know, on Race Park, thankfully it doesn't cost any tickets to retry. Unlike how it is in the Grand Prix, where if you want to retry, you got to use the tickets. Also, it's just me, or was the game delayed in terms of showing the characters? Like I don't know, that's the vibe I was getting. And yeah, Sonic Frontiers, it does have its fair share of jank and you know, popping issues, but at the end of the day, I still think Sonic Frontiers is still a good game, and it's like what Clement said too. Especially when it comes to Sonic games, you can't, well, shit the bed, you know, which I agree, you can't shit the bed. You gotta judge Sonic based on your own opinions, and you know, based on your experiences. And that's why I agree. The reason why I'm saying that is because thankfully they have not done this in a while, so thank gosh on that one. But back then, after I think it was after Sonic 06. I think after Sonic 06, that was when the game critics, it seemed like they were giving Sonic bad reviews for the most part, regardless of quality. But thankfully game critics kind of stopped doing that now. slowly for the most part, but again, I'm kind of glad that those days are over. Yeah, but yeah, back then, but back in those days, it seemed like they were judging, like they would just give the Sonic game a bad review on purpose, you know, like regardless of the game's quality. And then you have like IGN's infamous Sonic Elite review, which again, I know people are gonna say in the comments, oh, you get 96. You realize that IGN is not just one person, right? And it's like, yes, I know that. I know IGN is a reviewing company and all that good stuff. And so I understand that obviously it's not just one person that works there. I know that. You know, but you know, but yeah, I remember that infamous Sonic Elite review. So those who want to check that out, be sure to check that out. And it way back when like multiple people over IGN was like, oh, Sonic was never good. And I remember that pissed off a lot of Sonic fans. Myself, I guess, technically kind of included. Yeah, because I kind of was. At first, I was trying to think about that. Now I'm over it. But back then, oh, yeah. That was so weird. And before anyone says it, no guys, I'm not trying to make this into a Sonic hate stream or anything like that. I'm just saying based on like past experiences of Sonic. And again, why is it Team Deadly 6? It should be Team Deadly 2. Because again, you're not going against the Deadly 6. You're only going against Zavok and Zaz, that's it. Fane leader, so I guess that makes sense for a Zavok, and if I'm not mistaken, Zavok is the leader of the Deadly Six. If I'm not mistaken, but then again, I could be mistaken since it's been such a long time since I played Sonic Lost World. It's been so long since I played Sonic Lost World. And I don't care what people said about Sonic Lost World being bad. I don't care. I thought it was a good game. I thought it was good. And yeah, I thought it was a good game. I thought it was good. You know, the Wii U version. Team the Babylon Rogues. There they are. So I think that might be the last team. Maybe. Can't make any promises. But if I look at the yeah. Oh, yes! That is the last team I gotta race against according to that, because it looks like under that all the teams will be defeated according to what I can see on the level select. So why not?
Hello.
Let's play as Cream. Yeah, Cream, yay. Okay, so anyway. Alrighty, so let's do Kronos Island. Okay, well, too late now. But I was getting ready to say, something else. But it's like, oh yeah, I already did this, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this was like the first track I did, for today. But that's okay. But as for Sonic Frontiers: The Final Horizon, I did end up giving up on it. I did end up giving up on it. Unfortunately, yeah, I unfortunately gave up on it. On the Final Horizon, I did beat the base game, obviously. I should go without saying. But the Sonic Frontiers: The Final Horizon, I will not deny. Sonic Frontiers: The Final Horizon. Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad. I'm kind of glad I gave up on it when I did, because apparently, especially when it comes to the final bosses, you have to play pretty much perfectly if you want to win. And yeah, like for example, in order to take down the final boss, you have to take down, you know, like I think like 3 bosses, if I'm not mistaken. Basically, Sonic, obviously, with the Titans. You have to take them down. But the problem is that basically the rings will regenerate. You can't gain any more rings during said boss fight, and that's what makes it pretty bad, from what I heard. And I heard that the final boss of Time for the Final Horizon DLC or update, whatever. I heard that was pretty hard too. But I heard that was a big improvement over the base game final boss. And based around what I think, I would agree to that. But then again, to be fair, it was still pretty bad either way. Of the base game final boss, because it's literally that stupid mini game. Yeah, it's literally that stupid mini game. That shooting mini game. Yeah, for those who don't remember, you know, it was that, and it was terrible. And I remember basically, if you eventually keep on losing, eventually the game feels sorry for you. Yeah, eventually the game feels sorry for you, and then they give you like a certain amount of lives or whatever upon losing more and more lives. But yeah, you know, so. Well, that didn't matter because I think it was Jet. Storm. So I'm forced to do it again. Then again, to be fair, I am going against level 9 CPUs. To be fair. So necessarily speaking, I shouldn't be complaining about the difficulty of the rivals. Technically speaking, I should not be complaining, but you know. But it's like, holy shit. It's like, I mean, also, by the way, I don't mean to cuss so much, guys. I do apologize. I don't mean to cuss so much. But I do know that is one thing I'm gonna have to watch. Because, especially, when I play Mario Party 3 with Blue 17. I'm just saying, because I kind of learned my lesson. I learned my lesson, because I guess I kept on cussing in front of him when you're playing Mario Party 1 or 2 or whatever Mario Party game you were playing. And, you know, in a way I was going overboard with the cussing. You know, I won't deny on that. I was going overboard. But yeah, like I said, you know, so yeah, that's just what I personally think is what I'm trying to say. However, you know, sure, necessarily speaking with the computer levels, I shouldn't be complaining not too much about, but I definitely will complain about the item balancing, though. That I will complain about, because the item balancing, I still personally think they should have done a much better job on. Basically, think of the monster truck as the All Stars from like the Sonic, from Sonic and All Stars Racing Transform, and Sonic is like All Stars Racing, but I won't lie though. The monster truck is kind of a bit of a letdown compared to the All Stars, but what can you do? That made no sense. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep on trying, but if it gets to the point where I cannot win, basically then I will have to unfortunately tone down the difficulty of the rivals. But I'll give it maybe 2 or 3 more tries, including this try, and after that, if I still lose, then may as well change the difficulty of the rivals. Because to be fair, the rivals, they did increase in terms of difficulty up to level 9, unlike how it is in the Grand Prix where it was up to level 8. But I do know in the Grand Prix, as well as this, to be fair, you can change the difficulty to max level if you want to, but basically, the higher the difficulty of the level, the higher the difficulty of the CPUs determines how many of the Dawn Pod tickets you get. And so yeah, you're gonna want to make sure you get quite a bit of them, especially if you want to get the unlockable vehicles and whatnot. But yeah, honestly, yeah, being on this track kind of makes me really want to start another place in Sonic Frontiers. I mean, yeah, it's not a perfect Sonic game by any means, but I still loved it. You know, well, yeah, Sonic Frontiers is still a good Sonic game. I recommend it. I mean, yeah, like I said, it does have jank, but you know, I still think it's a fun game. It's a Sonic game I recommend checking out, especially if you're curious. Oh yeah, the Wonder Museum. Yeah, I do like the original location that they went with in this game. You know, that is pretty cool though. I mean, they could have just had this thing to where all the tracks are based on the various locations. You know, they could have just done that, but they actually didn't do that. They went the extra mile and they basically did original locations, and that's good. That's good. And that's kind of why with Sonic Mania, I would have liked Sonic Mania more if that game had more original tracks. Or not tracks, but levels. I'm not saying Sonic Mania is a bad game, far from it in fact, but you know, Sonic Mania, I would have liked it more if it had more original levels. And according to what I looked up too, is that Sonic Mania actually was going to have more original levels into it. They were originally going to do that. They were going to, but I guess Sega they wanted. I guess Sega they wanted the game to feature you know, various levels from various Sonic games, and that was when Chris Whitehead and his team they had to make most of the stages from past Sonic games coming back with 4 new original levels. It's a shame, but that's just how cookies crumble. And also, I found a shortcut too that I don't think I knew about. Not that it matters, because so I'll give it 1 or 2 more tries of this level of difficulty, and if I still don't do a good job, if I don't win, then like I said, I'm gonna have to, unfortunately, like I said, I'll tone down difficulty. Like heck, I'll tone it down to level 1, 2, or 3 if I have to. Because, especially considering that the Babylon Rogues is the last team I'll be going against. According to what it shows, yeah, according to what it shows anyway, of the rival selector or whatever. And besides, I think the moment I saw the Babylon Rogues, that was when I immediately was thinking that they were gonna be the last team because, like I think in terms of base roster-wise, I think Storm is the last character in terms of base characters. Oh, okay, that was my fault. That was my fault. In terms of design-wise, that actually was my own fault there. And I remember, I bet, it's not that I really remember, but I bet a lot of Sonic fans, I bet a lot of Sonic fans were surprised a level from Sonic and Secret Rings to come back. Which is kind of missed opportunity Like, imagine we would have gotten, like, imagine we would have gotten Misty Lake as a level, or as a track. But nonetheless, it didn't happen, but a man can dream, It would have been kind of cool if we would have gotten a level like that. That would have been pretty amazing. Nonetheless, it didn't happen, nonetheless. Again, like I said, the item balancing is beyond terrible in this game. It's terrible, like I said, it's terrible. Like, again, you literally have, literally, there are a lot of homing items in this game. There are way too many of them. There are way too many. I mean, I'm not complaining, although technically I am. But again, they overdid it. They overdid it with it. And if I was a game designer, I would design it to where there are only 2 items, that basically where they home in on you. Only 2 of them. And basically one for any placement. And 2. And the second thing is the Boo, the King Boo. Basically, he acts as the blue shell. That's it. I think that should be the only items that homes in on you. You know, the red one, and yeah. So that's what I would have done if I was a game designer. You know, if I was a game designer, like I said, I would have only done 2 items that home in on you. Yeah, that's what I would have done. You know. Okay, so I'll make it into level 3. I'll make it to level 3. You know, because level 3 is at least something. And also, I'll do Chrono Silent again. But understandable, Blizzard 17. I hope you enjoy your grandmother's birthday. Hope you enjoy it. And hey, at least you tuned on into a little bit of this, so not complaining too much, but I do hope you enjoy the rest of your day, Blizzard 17, and we'll see how things go on from here. But yeah, that's what like I said, that's what I would have done if I was a game designer. Again, I would have only had 2 items, like I said, that homes in on you. Like I said, 1, the red punching glove, and the King Boom. Like I said, those the only items I would have designed to where they home in on you. As it stands, there are too many, and I mean too many. There are too many items that home in on you. There's just way too many, and you know that's kind of why I'm saying it. And that's why the item balancing is not so great. And I do know a lot of people complained about that too. Even when they like on pretty much all of the even when it came to the open beta or closed beta or whatever. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people say the same thing. That that the game is indeed good, but the unbalancing could be better. I heard a lot of people saying that stuff. Also, Cream, you're not SpongeBob. That's just my opinion, you know. And I know you guys are probably sick and tired of me saying that. Yeah, you guys are probably sick and tired of me saying it. You guys are probably sick and tired of me saying it over and over again. About me saying about the unbalanced thing. And in a way, that is the case, and I don't blame you guys for getting sick and tired of me saying that stuff. You know, in a way, but yeah, so, you know, so you guys are sick and tired of me saying it, I don't blame you guys for getting sick and tired of it, but, you know, but I just can't help it. Again, those are my only critiques of the game, is the unbalancing, and, you know, all that. You know, those are the only complaints I have with the game. That's those the only complaints. Other than that, I like Sonic Crossworlds, and it's a good game. And like I said earlier, you can definitely tell that they put their heart and soul in this game. You can just tell by the graphics, the gameplay, you know, you can just tell they put their heart and soul into it. You can easily tell. Yeah, you can definitely tell that Sonic team, this is basically some sort of like passion project, or what it felt to them anyway. Yeah, you can just tell with that. You can just tell. You can just tell. You can just tell.
Finish!
Okay, so lowering the difficulty, specifically to level 3, it actually made things a heck of a lot easier for me. I mean, I do apologize on that, folks, but you know, but considering with that, I don't want to struggle too much. Although, I guess we could go to, let's go to, no, I lied. Let's go to, let's do Mystic Jungle, since I was talking about it earlier. Yeah, so this is the water slide section I was talking about, but I'm usually not all that great at. thought, yeah, 'cause I think that was Storm who did that. Nice try.
Here we go! Here we go!
I guess we'll do Child Park, I guess. Yeah, I know some people will be like, oh, they're ripping off a Baby Park from Mario Park. But actually, no, because last time I remember anyways, it's not a circle. And yeah, that plus it does make sense though in terms of the character I'm playing as, so. So let's hope I do manage to get the win here. And then, well, that's another reason why I decided to play on this track and stream too, because of her reaction. Into the track, I just had to do it. Did what? balancing, what we're doing with the honor balancing in this game, like I said, they could have done a little bit better in terms of, like, the honor balancing, like I said. They still could have done better, like I said. Like, I don't mean to complain, but I'm just saying. What I personally think, you know. But like I said, they could have done a bit of a better job in terms of creating the players here and to make sure kind of are very well balanced and fun. You know, like I said, they still could have done better. Like I said, they still could have done better in terms of design-wise. They still could have done better. And like I said, now I have to redo it because I did not win on that one. Like I said, the unbalancing in this game is terrible. You know, like, I'm not complaining. Okay, technically I am, but again, the unbalancing in this game is terrible. And I just can't believe they actually did not fix it. The unbalancing, unless they did tone down the unbalancing when they were doing the betas. You know, when they were doing the testing, the beta testing and the closed beta testing or whatever it is they were doing. Maybe they did tone them down before release. Maybe they did. Maybe they did. But based on my experience, it seems like they didn't tone it down. So I'm gonna assume they probably did, but based on my experience, it seems like they didn't tone it down. Because again, you know, like I said, there are too many items to home in on you, you know, and all of that, and, you know, yeah, and that's why I'm saying they could have done things a little bit better. And yes, I know people are probably going to say in the comments, oh, Video Game Fan 96, how'd you do so bad when you had the difficulty set to level 3? Well, in a way, you are right at the same time. It doesn't really matter, necessarily speaking. Because it's completely random of what items you're going to get. It's completely random of what items the CPUs are going to get. You don't know what they're going to get, and you know, it's like I'm trying to say, it's completely RNG. It's completely RNG in terms of what you get, what you know, it's random. What computer players get, it's random what, yeah, it's random what you get, it's random what the computer players get. It's all randomized. And heck, you could probably lose against a level 1 computer player for all you know. I mean, heck, I lost against a level 3 computer player. So for all you guys know, or computer players, so that means that, yeah, you probably lose against a level 1 computer player. You probably could. You probably could. You probably could because again, like I'm trying to say, you know, the items are random. Like I'm trying to say here, and yeah, you could probably lose against level 1 CPU, even when you're genuinely trying. Like, yeah, even when you're genuinely trying, yeah, you could probably lose against level 1. I mean, at that point, this is a joke, but they may as well do this thing to where the CPUs. They may as well have done this thing to where there's a difficulty called level 0. They're basically where the CPUs can't get any items whatsoever. So that, like, this is, I mean, I'm kidding. I'm definitely kidding about that. Because if they were to have done that, because if they were to do that kind of thing, I don't know why I do it there. But yeah, you know, yeah, if they were to have done that, there would be no challenge whatsoever. Because then computer players wouldn't be able, because no computer players would have any items, and you know, that just wouldn't be very fair. For the computer players. That would not be very fair. But I'm just saying, again, I'm genuinely trying here. I'm genuinely trying. And I'm still somehow not doing a good job against level 3 computer players. This is why I am saying what I'm saying. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying, that they could have done a little bit of a better job. It's making sure that the unbalancing is better. You know, they probably could have done this thing in terms of design-wise. What they could have done is have it to where, say, if you're in first place, have it to where, at random, not guaranteed, but have it to where it's random, in terms, if you get, like the whirlpool thing and all that good stuff, so you can try to avoid them attacks. And then, and same applies to the shield, too. I would have designed to where in first place, you can get the shield. as well. But it's random, and you know that's what I would have done. But at the same time, I don't really blame them for not designing the game that way. I don't blame them for designing the game that way. I don't blame them. I don't blame them for not doing that, because otherwise, if they did do that, the first place player would not have a challenge, and they would just be in first place the whole race. But I'm just saying, the unbound, like I said, could have been better, and I'm just so surprised that they did not tone it down. Like I said, they probably did tone it down. They probably did. But I did not participate in any of the beta testing or the closed beta or anything like that. I didn't try out. I didn't try out that stuff. So I don't know what the items were like. You know, over the open beta or closed beta. So for all I know, they probably did tone down, you know, the item balancing. They probably did, but based on my experience, I'm gonna assume that they did, but I don't even know. It feels like they didn't tone it down. Like I said, it feels like they didn't even try to tone it down. And I know when they were doing the beta testing or the closed beta testing or whatever, that was like the first thing I think that was like the first complaint I heard from many people. You know, I think many people were saying that the unbalancing was terrible. Like when they were doing the testing, that was like the first. I think that was like one of the very first complaints I heard people making. When they were doing the closed beta or whatever. Yeah, I think that was like the first complaint I heard. You know, when they were doing that. And based on my experience, like I said, where it feels like they didn't try to tone it down. You know, yeah, I'm sorry, but it's just terrible. It's just design. They should have done better into making sure, because like I said, you know, they should have done better into making sure the unbalancing is good, it's fair, it's fun. And don't get me wrong, this game is fun. It's very fun. But even I have to admit, the unbalancing in this game could have been a heck of a lot better than what it is now. Like, I will not deny on that. You know, the unbalancing in this game could have been better. You know, I'm just saying, I will not deny on that. You know, they could have done a little bit of a better job in carrying one players and making sure it is well designed and fun for all players and all that good stuff. But that's the problem. That is the problem. You know, that is the problem. Again, see, level 3 CPUs, and I'm still doing terrible. That is what I am talking about. And that is exactly what I am talking about. You know, they could have done a bit of a better job, like I said, about the unbalancing. Like, you know, like I said, you could probably fail at level 1 CPUs. You probably could. I mean, because again, you know, the items, the unbalancing is the way it is. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if someone out there, besides little kids, I wouldn't be too surprised if there was an adult out there who is genuinely trying to win against a level 1 CPU player and they still lose. I wouldn't even be surprised because of the unbalancing. Yeah, I would not be surprised. And on top of that too, like I also said, if I was a game designer though, I would have designed it to where with the team rivals, I would have designed the game to where basically, you know, make things more fair for the players. I would have designed the game, and it's very simple game design, very simple. Basically, what I would have done is again very simple. I would design the game to where, again, very simple. I would have designed the game to where basically with rivals. With the rivals, I would have designed it to where yeah, I would have designed it to where, like I said, I would have designed it to where the rivals with the team, you know, so like say 3 against 1, then you have 2 random computer players that are teaming up with you. Same applies to when I was going against Team Eggman from earlier. But the difference is instead of it being 2, it's 3. That is what I would have done if I was a game designer. Because, you know, it's just not very fair to have it to where you are by yourself, and you have 2 other, a team, you have 2 other rivals, yeah, so then you have, like, 3 rivals. It's just not very fair. It's not fair.
Are you okay?
I'm just saying, you know, it's just not fair for the players. It's just not fair. Sorry, it's not fair for the solo player. It is not fun. And now that I think about it, now I can understand why they said it's recommended for multiplayer. Now I can understand why. Because I think how they want the players to do this is have it to where you have 2 other friends with you. You know, so and have it to where they're teamed up. Yeah, I think now when it says recommended for multiplayer, recommended for multiplayer. Now I can understand why. Yeah, now I understand why. Because again, I think it's the Ultimate Park Racer because they're basically winning against all the rivals. But again, I think that's what happened. But even then, but even that being said, I still want to use where if you're doing it on single player, you still have randomized team. That's that way, you know, it's easier for us to win, you know. But with that being said, I finally beat everybody. You know, from there, because of that, I managed to get the Ancient Throne, which I guess would make sense for basically all of them. So yeah, so basically I managed to get all of them. I managed to do it's so awesome. So I think all that's really left, I think all that's really left, are the time trials. In terms of in terms of the content, yeah. So aside from getting the additional vehicles, I think that's what I gotta do. So now that I think about it, I think that's all they gotta get. In terms of getting vehicles wise, I think that's all I gotta do. I think, and you know, it's basically the power related stuff, which is basically around 210 of the Dawn Pod tickets. Well, at least in terms of vehicles wise, because I still gotta get the tires too. And also other parts. So technically speaking, I lied, but so I guess for the sake of it, I guess for this. Oh, okay. Here you go. Oh, you defeated all your rival teams. Well done. However, real fun has just started. The rival teams have been updated and upgraded. Can you overcome them once again? The rewards have been upgraded too. Beat all the rival teams, that'll give you a special machine.
I expect
Now
great
go out
things
there,
from
keep
you.
enjoying the race park. Oh ho ho! Oh, so you mean to tell me there's more? You gotta do this again? But that can be fair. I can't really complain, but yeah, so that can I can't complain. But like, really? Like that's so stupid. Yeah. So yeah, looks like I gotta do it again for Race Park again. Yeah, you gotta be kidding me. But again, I can't really complain, but still, it's so dumb.
Let's go.
Well, with that being said,
Yeah, let's race.
you gotta do a sweet mountain. Wait, what? Oh, okay, yeah. Alright, so I'll do one more time trial, and then I'll call it quit to the stream. Besides, the stream long enough as it is, so I'll do one more.
Let's go. Good.
Okay, I'll retry. The reason being is because I accidentally, with my iPad, I you know, kind of like dropped it, almost dropped it, if not that. So.
Good night. Great. Good, nice. Good, nice. Good night, Jim. Good, nice. Good night, Jim. Good night, great. Good night, great. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Good night, Jim. Bye-bye. Good, nice. Good, nice. Good night, great. Good, nice. Good night, Jim. Good night, Jim. Good night, great. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah. Good night, great. Good, nice. Good, nice. Good,
I like the final lap music here. And I kind of like how it got a little bit high pitched too.
night, great. Good night, Jim. Bye-bye. Good, nice.
Probably didn't get an A, but let's see what rank I get.
faster than me is me.
That makes that makes no sense. The only one that's faster than me is me. Faster than me is me. But all kidding aside, oh wow, I got the A rank somehow. But yeah. So yeah, for next rank is 0.09.433. So I'm gonna assume there are S ranks in the game. I'm gonna assume. Because according to that, I got according to that, I got the A rank. And I'll even double check too on the course select. Yes, I did. So yeah, that will do it for this live stream. And basically what I'm probably going to do for the race park stuff, I'll probably do that at my own time until... I'll probably do that at my own time until I get to the reward of the Dawn Paw I was talking about. But until then, but we'll see. I still had a lot of fun, and even with that being said, I still want to do the time trials too. And plus, so yeah, and as with the Grand Prix thing, I think that one is just a trophy on beating them twice, but here going to Dawn Paw, I do get a reward. So. So let's see if we can find a good raid target here. Probably not gonna find anybody, but. As of right now, I'm not finding anybody. I was, sorry. Unless it's A+, I don't know. Oh, wow. Okay, that's kind of cool. Saber Spark. He ranks every episode of King of the Hill. Yeah, that was a good show. I mean, probably not the best show of all time, but I still liked it. Oh, there's Tasha Gamer, but unfortunately, because of how small my channel is, I don't even, well, that plus Whichever 17's not, that plus Video Game Fitness isn't even here, so I could raid him, or her, sorry. But unfortunately, I don't think I can raid, yeah. Not that I'm seeing anyway. I'm not seeing anybody worth raiding, not that I can see, so... So yeah, anyways, that being said, folks, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. But if you guys enjoy it, be sure to give this stream a like. If you want to subscribe to the channel, subscribe. If you want to subscribe to the channel, if you guys want to see the video, subscribe to the bell icon, so that way you guys will know when I'm doing a video, and we will go on from there, folks. And anyways, that'll basically pretty much about do it. But until next time, this is Video Game Fitness 6 signing off, and sorry, I'm just stretching. But anyways, so yeah, like I said, if you guys enjoy watching my kinds of streams and videos, be sure to give the stream a like. If you want to subscribe to your channel, subscribe. If you want to subscribe to your channel, if you guys want to know when I stream a video, subscribe. Click the bell icon, so that way you guys will know when I stream a new video, and we will go on from there, folks. Until next time, Big Fan 96 starting off, and we'll see what happens next time. Big Fan 96 is starting off, and I'll see you guys next time. Whenever I feel up to it. And so until next time, Video Game Fan 96 is out of here. Bye everyone. See you guys whenever I feel to it, and well, peace out everybody. Peace out.